So, makeup artist, author, founder, who's revolutionized the beauty industry with her natural looking makeup aesthetic. She launched Bobbi Brown in 1991 and then sold it to Estee Lauder in 1995. And in 2020, she launched Jones Road. Not only, but she has authored 9 books. She really is a power woman. Bobbi Brown, that is such a powerful bio. Um, I guess I want to start by asking, what does power mean to you? And what's the most powerful decision you've ever made?
Well, thank you very much for that introduction. And for me, power just means that I feel confident that I have the ability to get things done and to do what needs to be done. And that's really power.
And what's the most powerful decision that you've ever made?
I mean, marrying my husband after knowing him for 3 months, when I was coming out of a 12-year relationship, and I made a decision to go with the guy that I met 3 months ago. So that was 37 years ago.
Wow. Well, then your power worked.
Yeah.
It definitely worked. I know plenty of people where it's interesting because they've had the same kind of story and it just kind of they reached the 7 year point and maybe it was the wrong decision. But you are definitely a true gut instinct person that works. Maybe
uh,
that's what's powered you in a
Maybe.
way.
And being, there's a little bit of luck involved with everything. I got lucky also.
I always think you make your own luck. You obviously have to work at it. And any relationship of that length, you've got to work at and you've got to be able to give to people and compromise. And there's so much power in that because unless you don't, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna create a happy environment. And I think you kind of bring these qualities into your work as well, in creating the incredible companies that you've founded and grown.
And anyone knows, working in corporate America, you do need a lot of those skills, to know what is worth fighting for and what is worth not getting upset about. And it's really the same thing in relationships, right? I mean, some things are not negotiable, but most things, I've learned how to let go because it's not worth an argument or a fight.
There's so many song words that always appear through my mind, like that teaches you the power of letting go, like the
Mm.
Disney song.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
young children. Um, so I guess you're known for keeping things really real. When was the last time that you felt insecure and how did you deal with that? And I guess it's kind of, insecurity is something that can that can feed in you. It can almost cripple you, or you can learn how to process it in a really good way. And when was the last time you felt insecure, and how did you deal with that?
Right. And it's funny when I don't think of myself as insecure, but often before I'm going into an event where I don't know people and I'm not quite feeling my best that day, or I'm not sure if I'm wearing the right outfit, or when you get dressed and then you realize, I wish I didn't wear this. I'm not very comfortable and the shoes look dorky. I those feelings exist, but what I have figured out that no one notices those things. Like I might feel a little bloated and heavy in my clothes that day. No one knows that. So I've learned how to kind of let go of some of those things. I mean, I went to a party last week where there was a lot of, pretty cool, well-known, famous people there. And
But you're a pretty
I
cool, well-known, famous person.
But when you are a normal person, you also, I don't feel that about myself. And, and it was okay. Once I let go that I'm feeling these feelings, it was totally fine. No one noticed what I was wearing, right? Not a soul. And I will not name these people that were in a room, but it was like, oh my God, I talked to this person and that person, and no one knew that I was uncomfortable in my outfit. And so I let it go.
I guess what's kind of something that you do every day that makes you feel powerful?
Exercise, whatever it is.
What
And
what
even
exercise do you do?
well, when I'm at my best, I am doing weights with a trainer 2 to 3 times a week. I'm doing an occasional hip hop class or a Pilates class. I'm walking, an hour and a half. Have not been in that mode. I've been a little busy these days promoting, my new project, but I have been dancing. So
Oh wow.
I found an app and a guy, he's in London, and he just makes me feel good. I put on this music app and it's the great songs. I move my body for 15-20 minutes and I am in a good mood. And it's pretty amazing. I think he's called Mr. Groove or something.
Well, he would
And
become Mr. Groove, wouldn't he?
yeah, and
The
he's
music
a
man.
yeah, he's a British guy. I will find him one day when I'm in London and go dance
I'm
with
going to
him.
look up Mr. Groove
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I exercise in my kitchen and I use like like olive oil bottles as
yeah.
weights. Like cooking, I
Yeah,
always make sure that I
right.
do things like
Yeah.
that. And my children just despair, but I'm going to find Mr. Groove.
It's actually called the Groove Club. I've
Oh,
just
the
named him
Groove
as
Club.
the Groove Club, and he's just this adorable British guy. He's got these different people that dance with him, and he's in phenomenal shape. The girls that dance with him are very ordinary, normal girls. But I don't look in a mirror. I just look at my iPad and I dance, and it's awesome.
Well, I'm going to look for him definitely from my kitchen in
Yeah,
Britain. He would be from Britain because you love Britain.
yeah,
You found
exactly.
that America is full of amazing dancers, and you found
Yeah.
somebody from Britain. Um, what's the most powerful piece of advice you've ever been given, and who's the most powerful influence in your life?
Well, I think starting with my mother, where she basically said, don't worry about, how you're going to be successful. Don't worry about getting a job. Think about what you love and focus on doing what you love, which at the time it was makeup. And so it led me to college to study makeup. They didn't offer the course, but they let me make up my own, course, which was pretty powerful. I mean, probably the start of me being an entrepreneur. So
Wow.
I'll start with my mom, and honestly, Leonard Lauder taught me never ask permission, just beg for forgiveness. Meaning, just get in there and do it. And if someone's mad at you, oh well.
No, I mean, like, that must have showed you that, the proof in yourself that you had a genuine talent. I mean, like, that's at the top of your game and being recognized by people at the top of your game.
I
Um,
mean, I didn't have a genuine talent in makeup. I really taught myself how to do makeup the way I'm doing it because no one was doing it like that back then. And every time I did makeup the way people were doing it back then with the contouring and the cover and the overlining, I just thought people looked terrible. So I started just doing it the way I do makeup now. And it just kind of started my career.
I think yeah, you talking about contour. I mean, I can't do my makeup. I can't contour. I just put a bit of highlighter on, and that's basically all I can do. And I think, especially as I've become older, I'm now 52. Um, what's the biggest mistake you think that people in their midlife make around makeup? Like, I mean, whenever I try and put concealer on my eyes, they all crack. It's just like I end up looking so much worse. So, what's the biggest mistake that older people make with their makeup, do you
Well,
think?
I think that people don't realize that makeup is really there to make you look better, not worse. And I think a lot of traditional makeup is just not very flattering, not just on a woman, of a certain age, on anyone. So, when I set out to create Jones Road, it's about things that are instantly looks good on you. You put them on and you're like, oh my God, I just look so much better. Same thing under the eyes. I look tired. Well, let me do this. Oh, I look a little more tired. All right, let me add a little bit of this. And it's, to me, there's nothing more powerful than being able to make yourself look better, because then you will feel better. Like, it really goes hand in hand. So, if you want to know what really makes me feel powerful, it's the ability to create products and teach people how to use them so you just don't look tired and you don't look made up.
That's well, I mean, obviously your makeup. But I use the Jones Road blush, the
Uh-huh.
cream
The
blush. It's
miracle bomb.
just yeah,
Yeah.
so I can use that because I just literally dab my fingers and
Right.
dab, and it goes so natural. It doesn't go bobbly. It just
Right.
it's so creamy and so fresh and so light. And
Well,
then I
you'll
put
have to.
the Lima laser on.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
wonder if they
I'm
work
always
together.
sat in the oh, you've got it.
I, I haven't tried the miracle balm with it, but
You can
you should
use it
go.
over makeup. It doesn't, I
Good.
honestly, I've got the Miracle Balm at the moment, and literally you just use it over makeup. And I just spend in meetings like this.
Do
That's the
you?
part of my,
So this is the red light. That's the right. I mean, I plugged it overnight. That's the red
yeah.
light. And
But
and
the red
and
light, actually, the red light that you can see, that's just the battery to tell. It's just the light to tell you it's switched on. So
so
it's
you're not supposed to feel or hear anything, right?
no. So you the near infrared cold laser is what's actually transforming you. And I just my neck is the giveaway. That's the part that I just really focus on because
Yeah.
there's not a lot you can do with the neck. So this
So
saves me.
so what does the laser do to it? I cannot believe I'm having this
Yeah,
amazing
as
master class.
do you know what? Actually, the reason why this is so incredible is it's the only technology that does not damage your skin in order to stimulate collagen production, and that's why you've
Mhm.
really got to use it every day. Like fracture lasers, non-fracture lasers, radio frequency, they're all damaging your skin in some way to create collagen production. And actually, when you stimulate damage, when you stimulate collagen through damage, you are actually the blend of collagen fibers that you create is the same as in scar tissue. It's not the optimized blend of collagen. And this is in this device, it triggers a genetic switch inside each of your cells. And the cells that are associated with aging are switched off,
Mhm.
and the genes that are associated with renewal are switched on, and that's why you need to use it every day because you're just switching on more and more and more cells that are just naturally died off as part of the aging process
But
and
but
empowering
how
your
how
skin.
yeah, so how long? Like,
You just
how
put it over each section of skin for 3 minutes
each
till it
section is
flashes. Yeah, so this one is different to the other one. You just hold it over until it flashes and then you move it on to the next section of skin. So I love the We Do Not Care Club. I
yeah, isn't that
absolutely
the
love it.
best?
So she's a genius when she said,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's not dishwasher safe. It is
Uh-huh.
now.
So, right, exactly.
um, so I guess there are so many things that people of our age just don't care about. And I
Mm.
stand in front of the screen at work, like my nose is touching it and annoys everybody because I can't see. But unless I'm that close, I can't see. So I
Well,
just
why
don't
aren't you
care.
wearing glasses?
Well,
Why aren't
because it's actually an operation that I need, and I had the first part of the operation, and it was so horrific that I just
hmm.
can't cope with the next stage. So I just thought I've never seen any better, and I just
uh,
don't care. Like,
right.
so it's kind of like I guess everyone knows what they despair about. But what's the one thing that you do care about?
My family, my safety, and my safety of the people that I love. I care a lot about that. I care about people. Like, it's just
Mm.
not negotiable. And, I care about my company. I care about my company, not as much as I care about people, though.
Well, there are people in your company.
Yes, there are,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the company always ends up to be, like an entity that's kind of like a person. I mean, it took a lot of letting go when I left my first company because that was my first baby, right?
Yeah.
I was there, the company was 30 years old or 20, no, 20, almost 25 years old. And I had to just walk away. And that was not easy. So,
But then you
now
did start something else.
I
It's like,
did.
obviously, I mean, everybody says, oh, what are you going to do after Lima? And I always think, well, I just want to do all the things that I maybe
Yeah.
have put on hold for the time being. But you kind of, you left your company, and then the minute you could start again, you did. So it's obviously it's in
Mhm.
you.
Right. Yeah. And I had a different view of what beauty is now than what I used to. So I look for something different. And so I wanted to make my mark and teach people how you could look good without looking made up.
So obviously you've got a very big family of all ages. You've got people in your family of all ages. So what are you learning from Gen Z that surprises you, and like vice versa? What do you really learn from them?
Well, it's incredible how opinionated and, righteous the Gen Z generation is.
Yeah.
You know, um, I guess that's my children. And, I definitely come from a different generation where some of the things that might come out of my mouth are not as appropriate to some of the younger generations. We kind of got away with a lot more when I was their
Yeah.
age.
No, we definitely did. I mean, I have to stop myself saying so many things that I just think, you just think it, Lucy. Don't
Yeah,
say it.
exactly. And luckily, there
Um,
are people in my life I can say it to, but just not on social media.
yeah, no, definitely not. But I think it's so beautiful the way that there's such this genuine form of self-expression that you just don't get from our generation. The Gen Z, they break the rules in different ways, and their expression is just incredible. So you've always been a champion of real beauty.
Yes,
How has your own idea of real beauty changed? Because I guess when you started Bobbi Brown, it was all about the original supermodels, Naomi
right.
Campbell, Kate Moss, Cindy Crawford, Claudia Schiffer. And nowadays, I guess like real beauty is more celebrity based with like Hailey Bieber, the Kardashians, or
Right.
or Beyonce, like
That's yeah, yes, but none of that is real beauty to me. Real beauty are, the women that come in and I see on the street or I come in and see me at a store and they just like they're real, right? They're not spending 6 hours in a gym. They're not spending, 2 hours with a makeup artist every day. They're not getting a blowout every day. Their hair is in a ponytail. They've just come from, an exercise class and they're gonna go pick up their kid at daycare and they just have 2 seconds to look good. Like that's real beauty to me. And that's, much more of what I relate to because that's how I've always lived my life. And I really love that there's so many like mixed beautiful women that their parents were from different races and nationalities, and it just creates this beautiful mixture of individuality.
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess kind of what what advice would you give Gen Z? They're starting from such a young age, injecting themselves with all sorts, and living off social media filters. And it's kind of, I guess, when I was young, and I guess when you were young, we were taking inspiration from magazines and from
Right.
films,
Hmm.
and from the TV. From
Right.
in London, it was Top of the Pops. You just saw it once a week, and you got ideas from like Bananarama or something, and you went home and put a scarf around you in a different way or something.
Right.
So, what advice would you give Gen Z today, who are really starting with such a high benchmark in terms of um, in terms of these injectables and and what they feel as though they need to do to themselves.
Yes. Well, I am not a fan of altering faces. I think you've been in a horrific car crash. It's amazing what plastic surgery does. But I just think in general, why should you change the shape and size of your lips because someone else has fuller lips? It doesn't usually look right on you. And why should you? I see a lot of women, forget the Gen Zs, even just putting cheek implants in to raise their face. And I'm like, it doesn't look right. Like something
Yeah,
looks wrong. So, look, I'm older than you are. I'm 68. So,
you look incredible.
I say that because people always say to me that I look good because I don't think, because I haven't done any kind of things to my skin and I've lived semi healthy and I do all the things like that can improve my skin, like Lyma and like, soft wave and other lasers, that I feel it has helped me look fresher. I'm not going to say younger because I don't think about that, but fresher. And by moving my body, I move my body like a younger person. And then my mind works like a younger person. I don't think old.
That's your secret. Don't think
Yeah.
old. I guess don't act old, don't eat old,
Right.
don't do
Don't,
anything old.
yeah. I mean, it's funny when I'm with my people that work for me who are in their high 20s, I think the oldest one might be 35. I feel the same age. I mean, I hang out with, my 23-year-old, assistant, and, we go to exercise class together and I have a lot of fun, but I don't think of myself as their mother, right? I just think as their equal.
Mm.
So,
No, that's, I think, you are what you think in
mhm,
so many respects. You can talk yourself down, you can talk yourself up.
right. You are what you
Um,
think. That
you
is
are what
something,
you think.
yeah, that is something to write down and make posters of. You are what you think, 100%.
Somebody once said to me, the brain only thinks what you tell it.
Mm,
You are in total power of your
right.
brain. You
Right.
just tell it
Yeah.
something different and it can't, it will, you are the master of your brain. It will only think what you tell it. It was such a powerful, it was such a powerful concept to
Yeah.
kind of,
Hmm.
and the last, finally, going to ask you one question. What was something that you, or is there anything that you've really kind of not liked about your face or your body when you were younger that you now love and appreciate?
Oh my God, so many. That is such a great important question. I mean, I'll start with my hair. I never liked my hair. And oh my God, I had the most
Why?
beautiful when I was younger, because maybe it was a little frizzy or I wanted to make it straight, or I just, I was never good with a blow dryer. So, I always like obsessed about my hair. I totally obsessed about my arms growing up. Like
Really?
never had muscular arms. I've just never worn sleeveless. Like I have more muscles now in my 60s that I had, but when you get to your 60s, there's a different texture to the skin than when you're in your 20s. And I wish I would have been more appreciative of a 20 something year old texture.
I'd do anything for that now.
Yeah, right. And I don't know. I haven't tried the Lyma on my body. I don't, I have to master it on my face and my neck first. But maybe one day you'll come
No,
up with
I do my,
a
yeah,
pair of
no, so
pants.
I do my inner arms with the laser.
Uh
The inner
huh.
arms were the thing because I like wearing vests and things in the summer, and I didn't like my
Yeah.
inner arms, and it's really helped with that.
Hmm.
Um, but I guess also, you are coming to London because of your book, your latest book.
Yeah.
Um, I'm so excited to read it. And I just wanted to know kind of, is there something in there that's your powerful legacy? So, like, what's your powerful legacy in beauty? Is there something in the book that will really kind of summarize you in one
Sure.
ethos?
So the book is called Still Bobby. And because all these incredible things that I've done and experienced, I walk out of there and I'm like, wow, but I'm still Bobbi. I go home and I'm still the normal girl with my kids and my, garbage that has to be taken out and all of that. But the book is really a story of from the time I was young to my grandparents coming over here to the two different companies. So you get the whole journey of being an entrepreneur and building the businesses and all the things that happen that were not favorable or pleasant. But it's not about those things. It's about what I did with that information each time, how I was able to just, okay, that happened, feel it and move on. And when it comes to beauty, I just always believe that people should be look like themselves and just a better version of themselves.
And also kind of, I think the thing with your makeup is that it's professional makeup that people like me who just can't, I can't do makeup at all. I just put it on and it sits and it's
Right.
there and it's right.
Mm,
And you can, I can blend the colors. Yeah, I can't do that with other brands.
right.
I can be kind of a bit more adventurous with your makeup because it just sits on the face and it's
Hmm.
there
Right. You don't
and
have
it
to
makes,
be a makeup artist to wear Jones Road.
well, there speaketh the owner of
Mhm.
Jones Road.
Mhm.
Well, no, thank you so, so much, Bobbi.
Oh, my.
I mean, like you are a testament to you can always begin again. The power to begin again is with us every day. Um, and you've just got so much more to come. So
Ah,
thank you.
this will be in my handbag then because I could do it in all the cars I'm going to be in between, speaking engagements for the book.
Yeah, and
So
on a plane,
yeah.
anywhere, it comes with me wherever I go every day.
Okay.
But 3 minutes on each section of your skin.
Okay.
You
I
don't
will
glide
remember
it.
that.
Well, thank you so, so much, Bobbi.
Thank you
And
so
have a
much.
beautiful rest of the summer in the Hamptons.
Thank you. And I'll see you in the fall.